Good morning and welcome to PSJA Java Chat, your morning chat with your favorite PSJA ISD Instructional Technology Integration Specialist, where we discuss EdTech tools and trends with invited guests and, of course, our morning coffee.
Welcome to PSJA Java Chat Episode 2. In this episode, we talk with Andrea Gonzalez, our November District Tech Innovator and RLA teacher at Cesar Chavez Elementary. She tells us about how she engages her students through tech integration, making it purposeful and focused. Listen along to learn how she incorporates tech in her classroom. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Java Chat. This is our first Java Chat of the year, and today we're here honoring and celebrating Ms. Andrea Gonzalez from Cesar Chavez Elementary. She was selected as our Innovator of the month of December, and we're going to have some conversations about what she's doing in the classroom, and I'm going to start with the first question. Good morning, Andrea. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
So let's kick it off. Let's kick it off and just tell us a little bit about your journey. What ignited your passion with technology and education and that made you become our Innovator of the month of December?
Okay. I started teaching 15 years ago, and the needs of the classroom and our learners have changed so much. When I started teaching, they still had those overheads. Yes. And right now I'm already with an iPad. So it's very, very different. Keeping the students in my classroom engaged is, I think, what ignited my passion for technology and education, making sure that my students have the latest tools and technology available to be successful as they transition from elementary to middle school is highly important to me.
I love that. And it is so true. We see a lot of our kiddos in elementary, they're learning to type at first grade and second grade. And I'm sure like now that you're getting them in fifth, they're getting a little bit better, but they're still not quite there yet with their typing skills. And it's very important too. And I really appreciate that you're getting them ready for getting to the next grades ready.
And they see me as like I'm typing and they're like, Miss, you're so fast. I want to be like you. I'm like, you'll get there. You'll get there. And they ask me like for enrichment camps if I can teach them how to type. And I've actually been searching some programs like maybe they can start learning. And I know PSJ offers there through Clever. There's an app that teaches them like how to, what's it called? It takes them like through a little pathway.
We have learning.com.
Yeah, learning.com.
Yes.
And I told them, yes, we'll do it during enrichment. And last year we had like a competition for it. And they were like, because we want to type like you, because they see me and I'll be like this with my keyboard. And they're like, how do you do it? You're not even looking at the keys. I'm like, you'll get there. But they think that's so awesome.
Well, talking about competition, there's a competition right now for learning.com that your campus can win if they're the ones using the typing skills. So go ahead and spread it out, but you can even put it as homework if you want them to start practicing. The way that learning.com does it is kind of fun and engaging for them too. So thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. We like to hear that they're using learning.com for typing.
Yeah. And it's fun. Like they see you as their model and they want to aspire to do that as well. So that's pretty cool.
They see it as like an impossible skill. Because they see me and they're like, how do you not use your eyes to look at the keyboard? But it's something that they can acquire themselves.
Just tell them related to like, you know how you play your Switch and your Xbox? You don't have to look at the keys. It's the same thing.
True. Yeah, that's true.
True. So if you could describe your classroom as like a tech playground, what are some of the standout tools or programs that make it so special?
Some of the standout tools and programs that make my classroom special range from like simple tools that keep my lesson flowing and interactive, such as maybe like Google Slides and Nearpod, to the Magic School AI that assists me when reading student extended constructed responses.
Wow. How are you using that?
I've been using it with I've been using it with my weekly compositions. So I started in December. Valentin, I have you in one of my responses that you came and you trained us in December, and I started using it ever since because I am in a campus that's departmentalized. So the reading does fall 100% on my shoulders, and it's not just the English reading, it's the Spanish reading as well, because we are a dual language campus. So I do have to be scoring those compositions myself. And as we know, the state is gearing towards AI to score these compositions. So it was kind of hard because you get that rubric and you're like, okay, so this is how I would score it, but how is AI scoring it? And you can be biased with your students. So it's a very powerful tool. It gives me insight. It gives my students feedback. It gives me feedback. So there's my scoring, but then I have that second scoring, which is awesome because really they do run it through two engines with the state. So that's how I use it.
Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that you're utilizing that and that is working for you.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about is the balance of technology and learning. This can be a little tricky. How do you weave into your lesson plans to make learning a little bit more magical and exciting without letting it become a distraction for your students?
So technology, when planned right, is not a distraction. The key is in the planning. Anything really, if you think about it, can be a distraction or become a distraction when not planned correctly. When we inject into your lesson plans, I think we must be intentional. And most of all, for me, functional. If it's not functional, it doesn't serve a purpose in your lesson. And I think like that applies for any manipulative in the classroom. Any manipulative, and it applies for tech as well. You need to be intentional and it needs to be functional. If not, like, no, it is cute, or let me try it out. Like, you need to really have a purpose for it and plan for it. If not, it doesn't belong there.
I love that. That's a great answer. Really, really good. I love that.
Yeah, because technology is meant to be integrated and it should be intentional. So I love that. We can't just be using it on the fly, just because that doesn't mesh with your lesson. So that's perfect. So is there a tech project that maybe you did in your classroom that turned your students into tech wizards? And if so, what was the project and what did the kids do that made it a success?
So as a team, as fifth grade, a lot of our PBLs are project-based learning assignments that the district assigns to us and hands out to us are geared towards tech integration. Students generate projects that must meet a certain technology component, whether it's through like their presentations or their final product. And it's been really neat to see them like navigate through like Google Slides or Canva to create some of those projects. So we're able to see that that once every 6 weeks. So we saw them like with their abuelita projects, like presenting their final projects. So they did go out for reading and interview their abuelitas. And then from there,
So cute.
they got to decide, well, how are you going to present this back to us? What tool are you going to use? Is it going to be Google Slides? Are you going to create us a little poster through Canva? And then through science, they researched a weather system, because that was done in their science class. But as a team, we're all together. We give them time here in reading. So they're able to explore tech that way and integrate it with their different subjects.
Wow.
I think that's so neat that they have the choice on what tool to use.
Yes.
Because that is like really higher level because they're the ones creating and deciding. That's neat.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
There's so many tools. I love that you mentioned Canvas and Google Slides. Adobe Express could be a really cool tool also for them to explore. And I do know that like in everything and in every classroom, we have some students that are going to be a little bit more tech savvy. Those that might need a little bit more extra help. How can you ensure that everyone is on board with the use of technology or a system? Do you pair them up, or what are ways that you address this?
So for that, I think it's all about your classroom culture and the climate that you create. The students in our campus and classrooms are brought up to be equal citizens. They're brought up with compassion, empathy, and understanding, where the needs of others never go unseen. So students are always willing to step up and help out their classmates if they get stuck or they're unsure of something. So it's never me going to like troubleshoot this program or help them open this up. It's always them. I ensure everyone's on board with any tech that I'm using or any programs that I use them, because I have buy-in with my teacher, my little classroom leaders, my teachers, and then my little classroom leaders. Here I'm gonna go as far as saying with my team, our fifth grade team, tech is not a scary monster here in fifth grade. It's not just used for testing. It's not like, get on your Google form and you're gonna test. It's an integral part of our learning and our growing. So the kids are not afraid of it.
Loving the answers. Thank you. I just want to go and spend a whole day in your class. After hearing this,
come on over. Spend the whole day here with my team. Rotate with the kids. They love it.
It's neat that they're using that technology and that they're not afraid, and that you as the teachers aren't afraid to let them explore. I like that. So it kind of goes with our next question, which is creativity and collaboration are key in today's classrooms. In what ways do you think technology can spark these skills among your students?
I think technology allows them to develop, design, and contribute to projects, in real time. You assign it to them, they can go home and they can be working on it. The only limit that students have are the limits that I place on them, or any teacher places on them for that matter. And I think that's something that us as the leaders of our classroom need to understand. The limits are the ones that we ourselves have when we choose not to move forward.
That's powerful. Yeah. Because that is very true. Very true.
Often I hear people, and Debbie and I have been in conversations with some people, and we're like, do you really think that it's going to be really hard for them? We see them do so many different things. Why do we limit their or make it not accessible for them to try it out? It's just it is a great point of view. I really agree with you, Andrea. Thank you for sharing that. And you even talked about some tech tools already, and we know that the first time that we introduce new tech tools into the classroom, it can be crazy. It can be like a little roller coaster ride, and there's challenges, and then we just move through them. What strategies help you navigate when you introduce new tools to your students?
Okay. I think planning it out, like I said, just the whole making sure that I'm organized, that I'm finding that balance between my planning and giving everything the time that it deserves, giving the tech the plan that it deserves, but also that paper pencil time that it deserves, because my campus is really big on, don't forget, the kids need that paper pencil, but they also need the tech. Yeah. We are testing through a computer. So they do need to know how to navigate a computer platform, and they do need to have that technology. The world out there is all tech, So finding that balance, because in my opinion, they're equally important. And it just goes back to the planning and how you structure your lesson.
I love that. And I don't know why it came into my mind. Is just also when you can be planning a lot and you put out the new tech tool, and then you put it out to your kids, because we've done it with our staff or our CATs or our teachers, And then they come up with different ways of using it that surprise you, that you weren't even thinking about using that tool, that you're like, oh my God, I love how you use this. The kids are so resourceful. So thank you for sharing that.
They are. And as we know, technology changes from day to day. Like it's always evolving and changing, and new things are coming out. So how do you keep up with like the latest trends and tools in technology?
Well, our district, PSJA, has an amazing tech department that keeps up with the latest trends for us, honestly, and tools. You all really make it easier on us teachers. On my end, I just reach out to my CIT. I open up the latest tech update on my email. You guys email us daily. Y'all are posting daily. I know we get frequent visits from our tech specialist integrator, Mr. Valentin. I don't know what your job title is, if it's specialist, integrator, and who's always ready to help us teachers introduce technologies into our classroom. I remember one time you came into my classroom and you were here shadowing for like 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, you're like, no, I'm just observing your teaching. I'm just trying to, let it kind of see what you're doing, how I can help you, see what I can bring into your classroom. And it was maybe like 2 years ago. I had just started here in 5th grade, and I was like, oh, okay. I'm just seeing how, you're using your iPad. What else I can bring to you? And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. I've never had someone from the district come in and see how they can help me, but that's pretty cool. So I feel that's awesome. Just the whole updates. If I need something, I know I'm gonna get a newsletter from somebody from my campus, and then I have updates from someone from the district. And anybody who wants to stay updated can pretty much stay updated if you open up and you read. If you want to, it's there. It's at your fingertips.
Just open the email and not delete it, right?
Open it. Yes, open it.
Thank you, Andrea. Those were very kind words, and I do remember that time. But know that I'm just a message or an email away. So anything that you need from me, just message me. I'll be in your classroom. I schedule myself, and we can collaborate and look at things together. If you find a tool that you don't know, even if I don't know it, me and Debbie will work together and learn it and support you. And like whoever is watching this, if you ever need to reach out, Debbie and I are your instructional integration specialists for elementary, and we are here to support you. That's our job, to help you and to get the tools in your hands and make sure that they're working correctly as well. So those words were so like enriching, and my heart got bigger right now. So thank you, Andrea. That was really nice. And sometimes your passion shows, and I know that Chavez is forefront of technology. You guys have had your iPads even for a while, and you guys been using them, but there might be new people, or there might be some people that might not like technology as much. They might feel a little bit overwhelmed and not understand it. What tips would you share with that person how can they incorporate tech, or how can they feel more comfortable to use it in their teaching?
Okay. Just start somewhere, and little by little incorporate more and more tech into your everyday lessons, because I feel like it does get easier. I feel like it's like learning to ride a bike. Now, once you take off, nothing's gonna stop you. When you get on, you'll fall a few times, but once you take off, that's it. You took off. Also, don't be afraid to reach out to others for help. I've always said it that our colleagues are our biggest assets, and sometimes we forget that. People are here to help. If you ask for help, chances are someone will step up to help you, because in PSJA somos familia, nos ayudamos. That's what we do. We're family. So someone's here to help, and the newer generations are coming in, and they're all about tech, and they may need help with some of the things that we have to offer. So we're here to help each other. And you have something to bring to the table. They have something to bring to the table. Imagine if those things collide and come together, magic happens. So yeah.
That is awesome. I love how you approach that. And it's true. Sometimes you're looking at other people and you're not reaching out, and you see them doing some amazing things and you want to jump in at the same pace. And that's what might make you fall down harder. So it's just taking a little bite sizes and start learning it. That was a very smart way of seeing it. Thank you.
And if you fail or fall down, I like the analogy with the bike. Get back on and try it again. I mean, it's eventually going, to work for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So are there any resources or professional development experiences that have been game changers for you on your tech innovation journey, like your learning of tech and using of tech?
Well, my CIT, Miss Ruby Lopez, who's here, provides us with monthly videos, in-person trainings, and a newsletter that helps me continue exploring new technology resources. And when all else fails, we know that the technology masters come to us. We had a great training on Magic School AI in December, right before benchmark testing with Mr. Valentin, which helped me tremendously. I think I said it earlier when scoring my students' ECRs. The tool gave me the perspective of an AI engine when scoring my students' writings, which I didn't even know I could do that, or something like that was out there available, which he gave it to me. I want to say the day before I went testing. I went home, I plugged it in the system, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. My kids tested the next day. I plugged it in and it was awesome, immediate feedback. I was done scoring. I read it. I was like, oh yeah, oh my God, this is so cool. It was like a second opinion. It provided my kids with their individual feedback. I got to sit with them, and instead of me taking days and then going with another colleague and what do you think, I'm stuck with this one, I got to actually spend the other days with students conferencing one-on-one and look, this and that, and how can we improve? It streamlined the process. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, AI is amazing, and it's we're just beginning to learn how it can help us, with education. And it sounds like it was perfect timing for you with, Valentine's training. So that's awesome.
It was great, especially when I have 65 students. I mean, it really helped me when it comes to time and being able to really use that time for a better purpose, to really sit with my students and dig deep into what they can do to get them better prepared for our next benchmark, which is this coming Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the purpose, just to help our students.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was. I'm just on cloud nine right now that you were able to use it and it facilitates and you're getting your students ready. That's what we want. That's what we're here to support, and we're here for kids. Now, I want you just to look ahead and those new technologies like AI that we're talking about. Any new trends that you're most excited about? How do you envision these shaping the future of education?
So I'm still with AI. I'm excited about it, how it's shaping, and it's going to continue to mold education both in and out of the classroom. I mean, I'm thinking personalized learning pathways within a classroom. We're already seeing it with iReady. They take their test and everybody's like, okay, you're in second grade level, you're in fourth, you're in sixth grade level. Well, what about personalized pathways within my classroom? AI helping me have those pathways here. AI tutors. I mean, imagine that, here, you name it. And like Ms. Pingle said, I think we're just barely scratching the surface with AI and its possibilities. I think it's awesome. For me this year, that was like my eye-opening. I'm wondering how else can I use it, down the line with my students. I think it's awesome. I'm super excited about it.
Let's put our heads together and let's make it even more fun for the students. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's lots of companies out there are creating new AI tools for education, like daily, I'm sure. Keep an eye open in your campus newsletters and our newsletter. There's some actually codes to get like free trials on some of those. So
there was one for Diffit.
Yeah, Diffit.
I'll share with you. And I don't know if you've ever seen Diffit. It creates a lot of what are they called? Like not spreadsheets, worksheets, and they use also like books, and it's all with AI generation. And like it might be something that you want. We see it more like digital dittos in a way, but it might be intentional. Like we haven't really looked at them or what, but it's a 6 months free trial.
I've seen people that generate their full lessons, and I'm like, I'm not ready to let go yet, but we'll see.
But like the differentiation is there because you can put in like those different levels. You can put in the Lexile levels, like for reading, and it will tailor it to your student. So you're right on target with your, when you talked about differentiation and the different paths you could have in your classroom. So some of these tools can definitely help you with that.
Yeah. I'm like, who knows? I haven't even thought about it until right now, but remember that you get the feedback for the students. Maybe you can grab that feedback and tailor specific work for them using what their areas of need that the AI is saying, and it will create something. So that's something that we can think of and meet and try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Andrew, do you have anything else to share that you want to tell us about this experience, and how did you feel about getting the award? Because we were super excited when we selected you, and me working with you and seeing everything that you do, we were super excited to select you as the Innovator of the month of December when Ruby awarded you the Integrator of your campus.
I'm honored, honestly. I know there's a lot of very deserving people in the district, so it was such an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You deserve it. I'm like, you definitely deserve it. We're very proud of everything that you're doing, and like we've stated before, don't ever hesitate to reach out to any of us. I am assigned to your campus, but you can always reach out to Debbie if I'm not available. But you know that I'm just a phone call, Teams message, email away, and I'm so happy to see how everything's working out for you and your students.
Thank you so much.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming and joining us on our Java Chat. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.